And here we are. We are live. Are we live, Shane?
We are.
We are live. That's right. We are live from wherever we are.
I'm pinching myself and it's working.
It's working. I got goosebumps, but that's probably coming from the air conditioner rather than anything else. What is going on? Yeah, what's going on, Shane? How's everything going in your neck of the woods?
Great. I like that intro, like the countdown. I thought it looked really cool.
You do?
And,
you do?
just a shout out to, yeah, I do. I really like it. To Christina for sharing that Comics Curing Cancer link in the chat. So go check that out. That's great cause. And if you like Izzy's art, which who doesn't, you can get him to do a sketch cover for you for Heroes Con. He's going to be there with a bunch of people. So, and you're putting $10 of each one towards Comics Curing Cancer for that. There we go.
That's right. Yep. So as far as the sketches go, I will be commissioning sketches for $60. You'll get full headshots. $10 of the proceeds will go directly to C3 for every sale that's being made. If you are a Heroes Con, you'll get the book right on the spot. And if you want to get it graded, you are more than welcome to get it graded as well. So thanks for the shout out there. Also, keep in mind, we do have Global Comics as well. And, if you want to use Global Comics, I got to take off the comment for a second here, but you get 33% off a yearly subscription. They're a good sponsor for the channel as well. And what else we got going on? We got Bleecker Street Comics just took Supergirl out of the press. Oh, we'll be talking about Supergirl pretty soon. So that'll be fun to talk a little bit more about. But Bleeker's in the house. I don't get to see Bleecker all the time on this channel. And Kenneth Bird is also in the house. What's going on, Kenneth? What we got there? Murder King. Explain.
This is Bleecker is writing this with other people. You can check it out. And Locke is doing a cover. I've seen the painted cover. It's awesome. And the Kickstarter's in pre-launch right now, but you can check it out more in November if you go to the link. I think that's what they're planning on. Getting stuff rolling, and I can't wait because I've seen that cover in person, and it's like a painted acrylic, bigger version of that, and it looks really good.
That sounds cool. Also, we got SP Card Fan 2 times in a row catching it live. That's awesome. Thanks for watching. Whew, we got one beautiful list for this week. I'm impressed by this list this week because there's some good books on this list that I'm looking forward to talking about. So let's get this list started, guys. And it's time to talk about trending. So here we are. It's the top trending list for this week. Week number 3 of June of 2025. What we do here, for those of you who is first time watching, we take all the list, all the top 20, all the top 10 from Key Collector, CBSI, and Covrprice, and we consolidate it. We start adding up the 30-day sales for these books. We look at the hype of these books and all this fun stuff. So if you like to hear that, make sure you hit that like button. Don't forget to leave a chat in the chat, comment. You know the deal. You know how it works. It helps out in the algorithm and all that fun stuff here. So, Shane, let's take a look at the 4 books that we see there. We got a returning book into the list from way back when, and we got a return from last week. And we got some surprise newbies.
Yeah. So before I talk about the books, I don't say this often enough, but Izzy's talking about this list, and I got to tell you that a lot of thought goes into it on his part. If you go to like CBSI and those other sources, it's really hard to find out where they're getting some of that data from. And that's not the case with this list. There's a hype index, but which is kind of more Izzy's thing and that, but overall this list is probably the most comprehensive top 10 or trending list that you can watch. I think personally, I might be a little biased.
Thank you so much. But you've seen the work. So
Oh yeah,
you've seen
that's
it
why.
firsthand.
As you were saying that, I realized that I haven't mentioned that in a while, so I decided to, pump the tires a little bit, deservingly so.
Mhm.
But so I'm a little annoyed with one of these books. Well, maybe two of them. But the Mr. Miracle, that one, I can't wait to talk about it because I love that run. So I'm happy with that news that we're going to get. The giant sized, I think that might just be a US thing because we don't really have that one around here. We've got a
we'll keep
different
that one
store.
silent for now. We'll keep that one silent because we are going to talk more about Giant Size X-Men #1, but
Yeah,
there's something about this one that's a little different.
right.
So
Yeah.
all right.
And the Supergirl, I think the second print is exactly the same as the first print, which is a bummer if you own the first print.
But the second print is a virgin cover. So there's no trade, even though here the trade is very minimal.
Yeah, I mean it's very tiny. And then the World to Come, I haven't read that. I'm working my way through my Marvel now, but obviously the big reveal in that one, which we'll leave till we talk about that book.
Exactly. So let's say we got some newbies that just jumped in. We got Joe. Evening, huh, y'all. I'm saying y'all like I'm from the South or something like that. He's making dinner. What's for dinner, Joe? I'm curious. All right. And we got Comic Caps Collectible. We got Rich in the house. I'll be seeing Rich in 2 weeks. We're going to be going to the Garden State Fest. I'm looking forward to that show. One of the books in this list will be at Garden State Fest getting a signature. That I can promise. All right. So let's talk about our honorable mentions first. And I told you last week, I said it. This book is going to make this list somewhere. And is the Giant Size X-Men. No, not X-Men. Giant Size Dark Phoenix Saga, which is a stupid book anyway. The book in itself is ridiculous. It's stupid. But the Ivan Talavera 1 in 50 virgin cover of Black Queen is cover of the year to me. I don't care. I'm going to say it's the cover of the year for me. It's
good. I don't know if I'd go cover of the year.
I'm going cover of the year. Look at that cover, man.
But what I will say is that you can expect all of the rest of his covers for this Giant Size Shenanigans book to be much more sales in them for sure.
Giant Size Shenanigans. I love it. The next book on this list is a surprise, and that is the Magic #6. I forgot what was the main reason why this book made the list, but it's based off the artist that's attached to it, more so than anything. But it's a surprise. It's a surprise to me. I don't know much to say about it other than that because I don't understand this one.
Yeah,
you have any thoughts?
Because I read Magic. I love the book. The story's been really good. I think read I think it was issue 5, that really awesome Lobos cover.
Yeah.
But I don't know any reason why it would be on a trending list. So
the name of the artist is Annan. I believe it's spelled Annan. Ranchero, and this is the 1 in 25 variant. I guess it has something to do with the artist because I can't, for the life of me, figure out why this book is trending in any way. Also, the last book in our list, Revival #1. Obviously, I do know why that one's trending, and that's because the sci-fi series has debuted. People are watching it. Some people are liking it, but sci-fi is one of those channels that a lot of people don't watch anymore.
Yeah.
It's not a major streamer, so it's still basic cable, but there is some love for Revival. And that's why it's an honorable mention. Didn't quite make the top 10 list, but I'm still saying it, man. That Ivan Talavera cover, man. I got the trade. I wasn't going to cough up the $80 that book goes for right now. So, but all right. Also, just jumping in, Alex, what's going on, my man? It's nice seeing you. Let's go ahead into this list. Like I said, this is going to be a fun list this week, starting with number 10, and that's that Summer of Superman special #1. This is the Alexander Loanza variant. This book came out in 2025 for DC Comics. The last recorded sale of this book is $90 and 9.8. Fair market value of this book is $22 near mint. 9.8 is the $90 one, and it's number 8 in Covrprice. It has a 30-day sale of 63 sales. The hype level is at a medium, I'm going to say, for this one. And the reason why I say that is because it's kind of like it's returning. But it's very much like the Wolverine number 8. The original is hotter than the second print that came out. So the second print, which is a 1 in 25 second print virgin cover, came out this week, which it's not that much different. The only difference here is that there is some trade dress in this book, and it caused some love for this book to return, and people wanted to get this one, the original. This is the weird thing about specking, is that sometimes they want the 1 in 25, sometimes they want the original. But I'm happy that the first printing is getting more love than the second printing.
Yeah, and I think that eventually this book will cool off. I think we'll see that happen.
I think it's cooled off already, though. I'll be honest.
Yeah.
But $22 is still pretty high for what what's going
I think it'll calm down to like a $10 book or something like that. It's a great cover, and it'll be sought after. But I think there's lots of them out there, and people will be able to pick them up.
Also in the house, we got Matt. What's going on, Matt? Heroes for Hire Club. All right, it's in the house. Let's take a look at our next book here, and that is number 9, and it's New Mutants 98 from Marvel Comics 1991. This book, last recorded sale was $475 and 9.6. Fair market value of this book is $368 for near mint copy, $495 for 9.8. It came in number 3 in Key Collector. But what's interesting enough for this is the 30-day sales. This book has 64 sales, and it has to be, in my opinion, it has to be Batman Deadpool crossover event. And people are still talking about it. They're still hyped for it. And they want to grab the first appearance of Deadpool, which is causing that stir. Because I can't think of anything else that would cause it.
Yeah, I think you're probably right about that. That's going to be a cool book, and everybody, I think, is excited about an updated Marvel versus DC type of mashups, and I'm looking forward to them for sure.
I'm definitely looking forward to the DC version, because Grant Morris is doing the writing with Dan Moore doing the art.
Yeah, and we're getting a new Batman logo, so that's always cool.
Yep. Okay. Oh, there we go. Joe is letting us know he's having lemon chicken Alfredo topped with mushrooms and some diced onions. Sounds tasty.
Yeah, sounds delicious.
Okay, guys, gotta go.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take a flight down to where Joe's at. All right, let's take a look at number 8 in our list, and that is Amazing Spider-Man 361. This book came out in 1992 from Marvel Comics. The last recorded sale of this book was $96 and 9.4, but the fair market value is $100 for near mint, $130 for 9.6. This book came in number 6 for CBSI. Another one that has a high 30-day sale of 37 copies. Hype level is a medium. This is the first appearance of Carnage. And another surprise book in our list, because I don't know of any other hype other than the Eddie Brock Carnage comic book that may be stirring this book up.
Yeah, it's really tough to say why this one would be on there. I haven't heard of any news. There could be, because Carnage is in the new Avengers. That might be pushing it a little bit.
That could be something. So we got Carnage in the limelight in some way. You know what else is in the limelight? Cliff with some burgers. So Cliff on burgers. There you go.
Oh, man, I'd love to be in that car with you guys. It would be awesome.
That's going to be... I think we might do some recording. Who knows? We might record some stuff live. We might even show up in the show or something like that. Who knows? We'll see what happens that day. But it's going to be a fun drive. I know that much. But going back to this book, I mentioned that I'm going to the Garden State Comic Fest in 2 weeks. Mark Bagley will be there, and I plan on getting him to sign this copy. I've been waiting for a while for that signature, and awesome. He's not going to be a Heroes Con, but he will be in Garden State, and this is my opportunity to get that signature for this book. So,
yeah,
looking forward to that one. We also got Matchstick Johnny in the house. What's going on? How you doing? Wow, this is a good group, man. And look, it sounds like it's going to be a great road. I don't know about that. We'll find out. It's going to be a loud road trip. I'll tell you that much. Uh, all right, let's take a look at a book at number 7, and that is Marvel Knights: The World to Come, number 1. This is the 1 in 25 Simone DeMille variant. It came out last week. $21 is near mint, was the last recorded sale. $24 is the fair market value. $110 for 9.8. It came in number 5 in cover price. 30-day sales is 42 sales. Hype level is a high. Not so much for this specific book, but because of the hype surrounding the controversy around this story.
Yeah, exactly. And this one I still have to read, but I have seen the big spoiler in it and all that. And obviously, you don't really find out anything. You just see the spoiler. And I'm looking forward to seeing how they explain this.
Controversy creates cash.
Yeah, exactly.
So there you have it. All right. We'll talk more about Marvel Knights a little later, but let's talk about Ghost Rider 28 that came out in 1992 from Marvel Comics. $5, no gray, was the last recorded sale, but the fair market value is $8 for near mints, $71 for 9.8. This book was surprisingly high because it was number 7 in Key Collector, number 8 in CBSI, and number 7 in cover price. However, the 30-day sales makes it 37 sales. So it's not, it doesn't have a lot of high sale, but it's high because it's in all the list. This is the first appearance of the Midnight Suns, but the reason why it's getting hype is because Marvel has went out to say, reports are saying they're going back to Midnight Suns in developing something with the Midnight Suns. We don't know what it is just yet. What we do know is that it's not going to be part of the Avengers stories, but there might be more television stuff when it comes to them.
Yeah, us Ghost Rider fans, we're not out in everybody's face, like Spider-Man fans or things like that. We're just sitting back, patiently waiting. And when we hear any news, we start to go buy these books again. And I just want to see the Ghost Rider in the Marvel Universe on the MCU movies.
I personally want to see Danny Ketch. That's the Ghost Rider I like, because that's the Ghost Rider I was reading when I was collecting comics. Danny Ketch is a fun Ghost Rider. Nothing against Johnny Blaze. He's the OG. So I got nothing. I got nothing against that, or Ronnie Reyes. But I have a special place for Danny Ketch.
I like all three. Like, I'd be hard pressed to pick my favorite, just because I like different things about them. I thought that Robbie's character in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., that Ghost Rider version was excellent. I watch that clip all the time of all the Ghost Rider scenes. It's really good.
Yeah. Cool. And this is one of those books that it keeps coming back to these lists. Like, I must have talked about this book in the last 3 years multiple times. And the book in itself is not expensive. Clearly, you could tell by the pricing there. It's not an expensive book, but it's one of those books where it's like, people keep grabbing it because there's some glimmer of hope of the Midnight Suns, and we have a lot of hope, but we hadn't gotten anything besides a video game that really didn't move the needle. I'll be honest. So there you have it at number 6, Ghost Rider 26. At number 5, Mr. Miracle number 1. This is 1971 for DC Comics. $200 near mint was the last recorded sale. That is a steal, whoever got that deal. The fair market value is $47 at a very good. $208 for 9.0. That's why I said that was a steal. It came in number 9 in CBSI, came in number 2 for Covrprice. The 30-day sales of this book is 35 sales with a hype level of a high. I love Mr. Miracle. He is such a cool character. Do you know much about Mr. Miracle?
So I don't know a whole lot about the original run. I came in the Tom King run, which I absolutely loved. I thought it was awesome. And the hype with this one is the possibility of a new animated show, which say whatever you want about DC and the movies or the comics being behind Marvel or whatever. DC knows how to do animation, I think, the best. Their animation movies are amazing.
And Mr. Miracle is one of those, he is such a cool character. It's a creation of Jack Kirby, but every time I see Mr. Miracle and I think of Scott Free, I think of Steranko. So I have a feeling there's some Steranko involvement in this character. But it's from the Fourth World. What was cool about Mr. Miracle is that there was a trade-off with the New Gods. And Mr. Miracle is the son of Highfather. And he was traded off to Darkseid. So Darkseid did everything, and Granny Goodness tried to make his life a living hell. But he kept on escaping. If that's how the story goes, I'm almost certain that's how the story goes. But Mr. Miracle, Big Barda, that story is phenomenal. As you said, there is talks of not a live action, but an animated series, an adult animated series in the same way of Harley Quinn, which brings this book into this list as first appearance. At number 4 is the Tom King version, and that's Mr. Miracle #1 for 2017 for DC Comics. Last recorded sale of this book was $21 near mint. Fair market value of this book is $19, $105 for a 9.8. It was #1 in Key Collector, #4 in CBSI, #1 in Covrprice. 30-day sales was 21 sales. The hype level is at a high. Now, some of you might be asking the question, well, it was #1 in Key Collectors, #1 in Covrprice. Why it's not #1? It's that 30-day sale. 21 sales does not compare to what we're going to see coming up. And the price of the book itself is not that high. It's actually really affordable with, $20 book. I have a copy of this book. I read the story just like you did. Tom King, he knew what he was writing with this one. He's one of those writers that he's good. Like his Wonder Woman stuff is amazing.
Yeah.
But then you got Heroes in Crisis where it's like, I don't know about that one. But this one is highly praised.
Yeah, and I like the art in it. It's very, this came on the heels of the Vision series.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. So it's very similar in layouts and, the art and all of that. But it is, and some of the covers for this are excellent.
I agree. All right, now let's take a look at number 3, and that's Giant Size X-Men #1. Wait a minute. This is the 2025 GameStop foil variant, guys. So before you say anything,
record. Okay. Oh my gosh. Amazing Spider-Man 252 for $6. Oh wait, it's a reprint.
It's a reprint. This one came out for 2025 for Marvel Comics. However, the last recorded sale of this book is $60 near mint. Fair market value is $52. #10 in Key Collector, #1 in CBSI. Did not make Covrprice this week because it was in the week. It was last week. It has 90 sales within a 30-day period. Hype level of this book is a high, and it's just one of those situations. So let me tell you what happened. Apparently, GameStop were giving copies of this book. It was like a Hasbro edition type of thing. And nobody knew about this. It's kind of the same thing like with the Milkbone Superman comic book in a way, but this one even had less buzz around it because I didn't know about it, or else I would have gone to GameStop and picked up my copy. That's what it was. It was a foil copy. And yeah, hashtag, it's a reprint. You know what I mean? But you know what? If there's a book I want to reprint, I'll take that.
Yeah. And like I said, maybe I'll have to try to call. Up here we have EB Games, but I highly doubt that it's similar up here.
Yeah, it was a GameStop thing. I don't know exactly what was the purpose behind it. I'll find out sometime this week, but it was definitely GameStop that was giving them out. So that was number 3. Let's take a look at what's number 2, and it is the same number 2 as last week, and that's Marvel Knights: The World to Come #1. This came out last week for 2025. Marvel Comics, $15 near mint was the last recorded sales value. Fair market value of this book is $16 near mint, $100 at 9.8. Number 3 in CBSI, number 2 in Covrprice. 30-day sales, 216 sales. Hype level is at a high. This book is all the talk of the town. This is the cover A. This is the one that most people got. $15. That is a drop from last week. Last week, the book was going for $30. So it's cooled down, but people are still picking it up because it has reached mainstream.
Yeah. I don't see my Storm cover of this book on the list anywhere, Izzy. I don't know what's up with that.
I don't think anybody's talking about the Storm cover.
It's a great cover.
Well, the other cover, the 1 in 25, features the character Kinmei, I think it is. I'm not sure what's the name of the. He's in the cover, so that's why that one's getting some kind of love there. It's kind of his first real cover. It's it was number 2 last week. It's number 2 this week. Will it be on this list next week? I'm not sure. I don't think it'll be number 2 in 3 weeks in a row, but I could be surprised. But it's really the sales. It's the sales that are really picking this book up.
Yeah, it could be. I think it'll still be in the top 10 somewhere next week, maybe.
Well, the one that might still be in the top 10 is the white cover, which is the Quesada 1 per store variant. This is the same book, guys, but this one is going for $60 was the last recorded sale, which is the fair market value. 9.8 is going for $170. Number 2 in CBSI, number 4 in Covrprice. Did I just screw up my numbers? No, I'm right. I'm right on my numbers. It's number 2 CBSI, number 4 in Covrprice. 30-day sales, 277 sales within the last. And this is really less than 30 days because the book came out last week. Yeah. So hype level is, of course, a high.
My store was selling this for $100 Canadian when I was in there. And I quickly put it back on the shelf and said, not on your life.
Well, how's this for messed up? I had this book on my hand. It was in my hands. And he was selling it to me for $25. And I was like, maybe not. And I passed on it.
Yeah, you could have sold it to Cliff on the way down if you would have.
I could have. Maybe, right? It's one of those things where you look back at it and you're like, oh, man, the opportunity. But you know what? It's no big deal to me. Chances are it'll still drop in value after the buzz is over. Yeah. So
it's no Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Izzy.
It's no Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. But if this character does get cast as Ryan Reynolds, I'm just saying. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, what's up, Chunka Comics and Nerd Culture? Coming from your channel there. What's going on? Izzy had it in hand and now thinks of the song. Would have might. I'm not that concerned. I just the thought that I had it on hand and I passed on it. I got the other one. I got the black cover. So I'm okay with that. So I still got the book in some fashion. But guys, you guys tell me, what's your thoughts this week? Which books do you have? Share it in your thoughts in the comments. Staying tuned for next week ranking. Will the world to come be number 1 again? Who's to say? I don't know. Maybe. What do you think? You think it'll be back?
I think it will be. There's 3 of them in there. I mean, that's 30% of the top 10 pretty much.
You know what I'm saying? So with that said, guys, we're going to let you go. But before we let you go, I want to let you in on something. This week, we're going to be doing some recordings. We already did the recordings for some of them already, but I'm going to have a very special guest in our show. So we're going to have a special guest for Spotlight this week. It is my man, E-Man. He will be guest hosting with me for Spotlight this week. We're going to be doing the recording for it because both E-Man and myself are going to be in Heroes Con. And I just want to remind you guys, if you want some sketches, just hit me up on Instagram and you'll get $60 sketches. I have sketch comics, and it's going to be $60 for the sketch. $10 will go for C3. If you're going to go to the show, it's the best time to do it. But E-Man's my guest, and we kind of talked about it last week, but we didn't get a chance to do it. We're going to do it tonight. We're actually going to do the recording tonight, and you guys will get to see it later this week. We're doing the Transformers. We're going to do a spotlight. I picked 20 comic books of the Transformers that you have to pick up. Shane, you had a quick glimpse of that list. What is your thoughts so far?
Oh, I love it because Transformers Like I kind of missed the boat in the Marvel years, but I'm all on board now with the new Image run. I think it's excellent. It's really great reading, and yeah, I think it'll be fun to see.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not a huge.
You're not a big. No, I was gonna say Ryan Gosling, is he not? Did I say Ryan Reynolds?
I think so. Yeah.
Oh, my bad. Ryan Gosling, the other Ryan.
Yeah.
Well, it's gonna be a fun thing. I know me and E-Man are really excited for it. Let's see here. I'll miss you all, but please have nice and safe. Don't worry, man. One day, Shane won't be in. Shane's not going either, man. They won't let him out of Canada.
No.
So, but one day we'll have him. But guys, we'll see you in the next one. Pay attention to the videos. We do have videos coming out this week. We have new comic book day. They'll be out tomorrow. We'll have 30/60/90. That'll probably be out on Friday, and then Spotlight most likely will be out on Saturday. Look out for them. I'll be dropping them as soon as I get them finished, and you guys will have a good time watching them because they are great. Make sure you leave a comment in those videos. That's going to help us a lot. And until then, I just want to say thank you to all. So we leave you with the thank you.
Record. Okay.
Oh my gosh. Amazing Spider-Man 252 for $6. Oh, wait. It's a reprint.
I think this is it. I think you're about to go home. Okay.
All right.
Look, thank you.
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 Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. I never said thank you.
And you'll never have to.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I guess I'll see you.